Here we are, back already with the second and final Transformers Cyberverse mini-movie. Canada was fortunate enough to air it early on Teletoon. So I understand that a lot of you may not have seen the second special for yourselves yet. I highly suggest you wait and watch this review until after you've seen the mini-movie for yourself, because there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this review. The short, non-spoiler review is that this mini-movie was great, and an excellent conclusion to Cyberverse. Although, much like the rest of the series, it left me wanting more. My only hope is that maybe Hasbro will order some more Cyberverse specials, and we'll get a Season 5. But who knows if that'll happen. So with that out of the way, let's get started with my review of the final piece of Cyberverse fiction, the Perfect Decepticon. We begin with the Autobots and Decepticons opening Trypticon Plaza, which is apparently like an outdoor mall or some other type of shopping area.
One where both Autobots and Decepticons can do their shopping in peace at fair and just prices.
I sort of love it. It's kind of cute to think of the Transformers shopping. I wonder, what kind of things would they shop for? But the grand opening is interrupted as Astrotrain falls from the sky. And he brings a warning, very much like the Hulk in Avengers Endgame.
He has been gravely wounded.
Go get Ratchet!
I like that Bumblebee specifically told these two generics to go get Ratchet, because this is an actual real-world emergency technique. If you just yell, "Call 911" in a crowd, people will often assume that someone else more bold or experienced will do it. Meaning that sometimes with everyone assuming that someone else will do it, nobody will actually do it. By specifically telling someone to call 911 or get the first aid kit or something like that, you are making sure that that task is assigned to someone and that it will be done. It's a good technique to put into practice if you're ever unfortunate enough to have to do so.
He's coming.
Who? The other Megatron?
No. Much worse.
Worse than Megatron X? Who could be worse than Megatron X? And sadly, Astrotrain joins the Allspark. I know some fans who are going to be deeply upset by this. Much like in the last special, we get a brand new intro for this one. This time showing the alliance between the Autobots and Decepticons. At the roundtable meeting, we get to see Teletran X again. Aww, I forgot how cute he was.
Slug ready to fight! Now fight too! Sludge make it okay!
Aww, Shadow Striker got some Dinobot snuggles. So cute. As the Autobots and Decepticons raise the planetary shield, some generics get nervous, as we can see in Trypticon Plaza.
I heard it's the Quintessence again. Really?
No, I heard directly from Red 5 that it's the ghost of Starscream!
The ghost of Starscream!
I like that Red 5 got name dropped. Red 5 being the named generic from the episode Escape from Earth, who is a reference to Luke Skywalker's call sign.
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by.
And obviously this is also a reference to the ghost of Starscream from G1. Although, how awesome would it be if Cyberverse Starscream did come back as a ghost? Hey, Hasbro! If you ever do any more Cyberverse mini-movies, that should be the plot of one of them. I'd love to see Starscream going around, possessing people, causing mischief, looking for some way to revive himself, and the Autobots and Decepticons having to play Ghostbusters. That would be a lot of fun. By the way, there are a number of Save the Single Horn stands here. That's what it says on the sign above them. If you'll remember from the last special, that's where my name was. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But just to clarify, I'm pretty sure that, in universe, this list of signatures is meant to be people who have signed up to help save the Single Horn. My guess is that if you were to give a donation to their charity, they give you one of these single horn toys. By the way, where's my single horn toy, Hasbro? I mean, I obviously signed up, but I've yet to receive one. The Dinobots go around bugging people, wanting to show off their combined mode. Aww, they really are kids. I've been around young kids that want to show me their new toy, or their artwork, or a new dance they've learned, and the Dinobots are just like that. It's so adorable. So some of the Perfect Decepticons teleport into the Cybertron headquarters, but one of them offlines the others. And he speaks.
But they were restrained. They no longer posed a threat to you.
You don't understand. They pose a threat to all of us.
And we see more of them teleport into our dimension.
Game over, man!
Clearly a reference to Aliens.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Huh. Funny how I made a reference to that same movie in the previous review. Me and the show writers must be on the same wavelength or something.
This reminds me of Polyhex versus Iacon City.
Hey, isn't that my line? Also, I love that Hot Rod and Clobber are hanging out together. Aww, it's so cute. I ship them. So apparently, Megatron X expired in Astro Train's possession, after we saw him take him into Unspace at the end of Season 3. The Perfect Decepticons are the ones that attacked and mortally wounded Astro Train. And since then, they've just been fighting each other to determine who really is the Perfect Decepticon. And so, as I predicted, the Perfect Decepticon with the missing arm is in fact Tarn.
They don't even have names. But I do. My name is Tarn. I am not like them anymore.
I know I haven't read much of the IDW comics, but I do know who Tarn is, and it's kind of mind-blowing that he's in a Transformers cartoon. Especially Cyberverse. The War for Cybertron trilogy, I could see Tarn showing up if Hasbro actually made a toy of him that they wanted to push. Speaking of which, why is there no Cyberverse Perfect Decepticon / Tarn toy, Hasbro? This seems like a major missed opportunity here. You literally have a character who is an army onto himself, and there's no toy of him? It's like if you guys didn't make any clone troopers in your Star Wars toy line. I'm sure people would buy multiples of him, especially after this special. I could totally see some people buying even more of him to customize into Tarn specifically. Or maybe you guys could do something in the style of the Centurion drone or the recent Galvatron set, where you do an actual official Tarn and include a bunch of different weapons for him, which people could then give to their army of Perfect Decepticons. Meaning that if you pack in 10 different weapons with Tarn, then you need to buy 10 different normal retail Perfect Decepticon figures to hold those weapons. Isn't that right? Come on, Hasbro. I'm just throwing ideas out there. You can take them if you want. Just send me some free toys, okay? So it seems that Wheeljack has mass-produced some of his gadgets for the Autobots to peacefully stop the Perfect Decepticons from fighting each other.
These mega magnetizers will get them for sure. Sweet. Hey, what about me? Oh, sorry, Ruin. Go get them. All right.
I love that we get confirmation on exactly which is which when it comes to Rack and Ruin. Ruin is the one with the monocle, and Rack is the one without it. Unfortunately, the Autobots method proves to be an annoyance at best, and the Decepticons' more lethal one is also ineffective as well. But Tarn has a way to stop them.
We must find the Cortex Helm. What is that?
Yeah, what is that? I'm not getting anything on either the Wit Wiki or the TF Wiki.
I have heard of the Cortex Helm only as a legend.
Hey! Who do we know that knows about legends?
Yes, Thunderhowl, my boy, my cute brave boy. I'm so happy that he gets a minute to shine in this episode. Thunderhowl served under Onyx Prime, one of the original 13, which makes sense because he's the ancestor of all Beast Transformers.
Very well. I trust in your wisdom. Let us journey to a most unusual place. We have arrived. You may land.
Land on what? There's nothing here.
So it would appear to anyone but me or my former liege Prime.
And so they land on nothing?
Ugh, watch where you're going.
I can't! There's nothing there!
I assure you we have arrived.
Aw, he's such a cute puppy. I love him.
Welcome to the Isle of Onyx Prime.
I'm starting to wonder if, much like the giant space chicken in the last special, they made this floating island of Onyx Prime invisible to save modeling costs.
By the primes.
Oops, I guess not. Although this city in the sky really reminds me of the home of the Uka from Twilight Princess. For those wondering, the rings around Thunderhowl say decloaking in progress. I think. It's kind of hard to read them when they're transparent and overlapping each other. Wait, Thunderhowl knows about legends. He sticks his sword into this pedestal. We're in a city in the sky, and he transforms into a wolf. Okay, I'm pretty sure that Thunderhowl is the Transformers version of Link from Twilight Princess. If this is supposed to be Onyx Prime Sky Temple, why are there a bunch of statues of Alpha Trion? So they soon discover that the only way to beat the stone statues is via ring out. Although, I gotta wonder, what about the people down below? What happened to Bumblebee's flight mode? Couldn't he just carry Shadow Striker in his flying car mode? Again, I can't help but think of the citizens below. They unlock the door using the Matrix of Leadership, and Tarn teleports ahead and steals the Cortex helm for himself. Also, I thought Onyx Prime had a mask, not a helm. Maybe he collects some hats too in addition to masks, kind of like Link from Majora's Mask. Tarn places it on his head and... okay, that's just a really silly hat. I literally laughed out loud the first time I saw this. I mean it, I cannot take Tarn seriously with this thing on his head. Although, this is another accessory you could pack into your Hasbro Pulse exclusive Gen Selects Tarn figure, Hasbro. And so, Tarn shows us why he's the perfect Decepticon.
We wanted to help you and your kind find peace, and you have betrayed us.
I have not betrayed. I have deceived.
Tarn recruits Soundwave and Shadow Striker, and takes his new clone army to the Cube Arena, where Tarn appears on TV and proclaims himself to be the new leader of the Decepticons. And he orders them to fight the Autobots.
Hey, wait! What are you doing?
Orders are orders.
Really? You turn on the Autobots just because this guy says he's the leader? Don't believe everything you see on TV. No wonder you guys don't have names or unique character models. Shadow Striker is ordered to execute Bumblebee and Thunderhowl.
You're still holding on to that grudge.
Typical Autobot, making assumptions.
It's funny how Shadow Striker sounds a lot like Scold at the end of the latest Beast Wars comic book issue. Look forward to my review on that soon. Trust me, it's going to be a pretty special one. Aww, puppy wanna go for a ride on the car? After seeing their Autobot friends struggle against Tarn's army, some of the named Decepticons finally stand up. Where did Lockdown just stick that hook? I forget if they did this in previous episodes, but I like how the Transformers in this special kind of have this electricity jumping around them when they're in stasis lock. It reminds me of the fractal or turbulent noise effect that they used in Beast Wars. This is a nice update to that effect. When Jetfire is attacked by a Perfect Decepticon, Whirl comes to his rescue. He even helps extinguish him when he's on fire. You know, Whirl really reminds me of Whirl. I wonder if those two are related somehow. So the Autobots come up with a plan to save Optimus and get the Cortex helm off of Tarn.
Follow Prepagnis. Prepagnis leads you to Hot Rod. So exciting. Many tasty visitors.
Aww, Repugnus is so... Wait, did he say tasty? The Autobots enact their plan and teleport everyone in.
Is
that everyone?
What, you wanted more?
Well, we do actually get more, as the Decepticons are ordered to attack the Autobots, but they're not the mindless drones that Tarn's army are.
Who are you to tell us what to do? The treaty between us and the Autobots stands. Get off our planet, Tarn.
Yeah! And so, the united Cybertronian forces battle Tarn's army. And there's some really cool moments that I'd like to point out. Like RC riding Chromia, just like the Junkions or something. That's pretty awesome. Hot Rod trying to pull the Cortex helm off of Tarn seriously reminds me of when they tried to pull the Infinity Gauntlet off of Thanos in Infinity War. Maybe if he had some help, he might have succeeded. I also like how when Teletran X comes to Windblade's rescue, he still refers to her as not crew. Aww. And I love that we get to see Meteor Fire and Cosmos fight. So cute. Speaking of which, I also love how the two big girls in this show, Clobber and Alpha Strike, come to the boys' rescue. Oh, yeah, and I guess Windblade did somehow get her sword back from Nightbird. And it seems that Bumblebee does still have his flying car mode.
Repugnus, help Bumblebee! Tasty.
Yeah, okay, enjoy yourselves!
Tarn eventually gets frustrated and calls in even more of his army.
Survival is the right of all sentient beings.
Obviously a riff on Optimus's own motto. But in their darkest hour, they are saved. Not by Optimus, not by Hot Rod, but by Soundwave, who momentarily rips the helm off of Tarn. But when Tarn steals it back, Soundwave makes the ultimate sacrifice in order to finally defeat him.
Soundwave superior. Tarn most inferior.
Great job, Soundwave. Soundwave?
Aw, poor Laserbeak. He's an orphan. Poor little birdie. But he does seem to get adopted by Shadow Striker. Aw, Mommy Shadow Striker. They have a touching memorial for Soundwave at McAdams Bar.
To Soundwave. Now, all are one.
To Soundwave! All are one! All are one!
At first, I was puzzled why they were saying all are one instead of till all are one. But I just realized, they are one. The Autobots and Decepticons are united. They are truly one people now. So there is no till, because they already are one. Aww, that's so sweet. Outside, Optimus says that he's no longer their leader. They are all free to choose their own path. And we end this special with a big group hug. Aww. Well, that was a wonderful end to Cyberverse. If this really is the end. I mean, I thought Season 3 was the end, but then they dropped these two specials on us. So who knows what the future might hold. But as for this mini-movie, I really liked it. I liked that we got Tarn, actually Tarn, in a Transformers cartoon. Sure, he wasn't quite the Tarn that we know in the comics, but this is a different continuity, all that stuff. I also kind of like how Tarn spent this whole special missing an arm, showing that even if you have a disability of some kind, you can still be an evil bad guy bent on conquering the world, and nearly succeeding. But yes, I love that some characters got one last moment to shine before they turned off the lights on this amazing show. Soundwave especially had an incredible arc during this whole series. From being one of Megatron's top Decepticons, to making an uneasy alliance with the Autobots to help save the planet from the Quintessons, to now protecting their unity from another Decepticon who threatened it, sacrificing himself in the process, and liberating a whole group of people. Soundwave was definitely the unexpected hero of this story. And I guess in a way, he is the real Perfect Decepticon. Well, what about you? What did you think of this last half of Transformers Cyberverse Season 4? Did you watch it on Teletoon today? Or yesterday, depending on when this video is completed? Are you watching this video in the future when it's aired on YouTube and Netflix? Or did you watch my review anyways because you just had to know how Cyberverse ended? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here for more Transformers videos real soon. Oh, and once again, thank you to Hasbro, Boulder Media, E1, everyone who worked on Cyberverse. I am so honored that you guys mentioned me in the last special. The only thing better would be having the chance to actually work on a Transformers show. So if you guys need like a lore consultant or just somebody to bounce story ideas off of, please contact me. I would love to help out with the Transformers franchise in any way I can. If not, then Hasbro, can I at least get on the mailing list for those promo boxes that you guys send out to fan sites and influencers? I would love some free toys.